Let's head outside and take a motorcycle ride across the beautiful.
That wore me out.
What, cleaning your chain?
Yep. Making the video.
Making videos is hard.
It is.
That's why we need a tea break.
And a lunch break.
Yeah. Hey, I like the cup.
Thanks.
San Antonio.
Yeah.
I was in San Antonio.
Oh.
During the military.
Really?
Yeah. They have like fort there. And
well, it's called the Alamo.
well, that's I remember that. Fort Sam Houston in San Antonio, Texas is where I did military training in the summer and fall of 1990.
Giving your age away.
Oh, yeah, well, I didn't say what age I was when I was there.
Did you remember? Did you remember?
What age I was?
The Alamo?
That's what I'm saying, yeah. I know all about it. I went to the Alamo. It's very small. Have you ever been to the Alamo?
Small. Yeah, well, that's where we got the cup.
Oh, I thought you might have ordered it like a cheapskate.
No. I've been there.
Okay. Did you go on the Riverwalk? Mm-hmm. Runs through a mall or something like that.
I love that place, yeah.
When I was there, this was, like I said, 1990. I had just turned 20 in March during basic training in Fort Knox, Kentucky. And then I went to Fort Jackson in South Carolina, and then I went to Fort Sam Houston in Texas. And Texas was fun because it was basically like school, and you were off in the evenings unless you had guard duty or something like that. And so I would go to a jazz club where it was live jazz, but they were broadcasting it live on a television show or something like that. Back in 1990, it had to be a television show; it couldn't be streaming. But that was pretty fun.
Well, San Antonio's known for its music scene.
That's true. I didn't know that at the time, but yeah.
Are these your new glasses?
These are my new glasses.
They are so clear.
Are they?
I mean, I'm looking at you like
I can look right through them.
Usually there's like a glare or something, but
that must be I must have put the lights in the right place. I wonder if I can hit some lights. These are. You remember the video I did about having to choose glasses and sunglasses and darkened shades and all that?
These transition?
These are transition, but they're also progressive.
I gotcha. Yeah, I knew that.
So distance and close.
Right.
So I can see cars about to hit me and how fast I'm going when they do it. and then they transition.
Directions on your GPS.
Right. And so they
text on your phone.
So I think I found it.
You don't do that, do you?
I don't text on my phone. No. I'll do a voice text. I mean, I'll talk to it, but not very often. In fact, I leave it so it goes away. I change the thing.
They'll figure it out. If you don't respond, you're out riding.
Well, I don't answer my phone if you're not in my contact list anyway.
Yeah.
If you call my phone number, it says, I'm busy, text me. Basically is what it says. Well, what video are we going to record next this afternoon? I'm kind of full. We just had a whole big old late breakfast.
Yep.
Well,
we're going to do another alt-rider video, I think, right?
Yeah, kickstand.
I really like their products.
That's good.
I mean, we've been given products before that were like, it's all right.
Yeah, I can name a 3 or 4 right off the top of my head from. I'm not going to, but.
Yeah, there was one company that sent us some heated gloves, and yours is already broken.
I won't say that they're broken, but they are definitely not. They don't heat like you would need them to.
They don't hold the charge. Or something.
We were preparing for our, ironically enough, preparing for our Florida trip, and it was going to be cold.
Yeah.
So I put the Iron Gias on and charged up the batteries, and I put them on, and went outside where it was cold in the yard. And cold, it's like 50 degrees, 45 degrees. It's South Carolina, but I gave them a chance, and they did not heat. They did not keep my hands any warmer than the Revit. Thick, fuzzy inside, water-resistant gloves that I currently had. So I said, why am I going to bother with the battery? So I'm probably going to be on the market for some heated gloves if we do any more winter riding.
I see my Iron Giant still works fine, but
which is bizarre.
But I like my hot wired gear better anyway. So they're sitting in a closet somewhere.
Yeah, well, I'm not a big heated gear kind of fellow. I don't have any. I have a vest. But I never plugged it in when we were on the trip because I'd rather layer up. Because if you can turn it off and on, but again, it's that we have so many. I think it's because we have so many cameras and energy draw equipment that we take with us that we're constantly charging batteries. And so I don't want something else I got to charge. You plug in.
Yeah.
You plug this to the bike, so you don't have to think about that.
Yeah, that's what I like about Yeah, it's a love-hate relationship. I like that I don't have to charge anything, and I don't have to worry about me riding down the road and the internal battery go dead on my heated gear.
Yeah.
But I don't like being tethered to the bike. That's the only thing I don't like.
Right. And that's the same reason that I like carrying a pocket battery for the Senna, which I've just upgraded the cord to.
Speaking of which, you're
a little magnet. It worked. It was crazy.
Short you did. Was
I know.
Awesome.
A little magnet like an Apple Watch. Yeah. A little magnet cord. And so I don't know if do you guys struggle with the Senna on your helmet? Like to plug it in to recharge it, even if it's going to USB to your dash on your bike or whatever, you can never really find it. You have to take your helmet off. So I always just
have to take your gloves off.
I have to take your gloves off. So I lean over and go, Chris, plug me in. He goes, Jason, plug me in. But if you stick one of those little magnet adapter things in, now obviously it's not waterproof anymore, but give and take, right?
Sure.
Yeah. I don't like riding in the rain anyway.
I don't mind the cold. I don't mind the rain. I just don't like them together.
Hey, so you saw the short for the new Moto Photo podcast.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm excited, man.
Yep. I got a couple of new lights in. Got some microphones. Got some boom arms. Got some extra little lights and a recorder. And
got a really neat logo in the background.
We got to get a couple of ducks in a row. Ducks are hard Ducks are a little bit easier to corral than cats. True. But not much better. True. So we're going to get a couple of ducks in a row, and then we can start that up.
We need a border collie that can herd them. Do they herd?
We need a pig.
A pig.
Yeah, that way I can go. No, so they, like the movie, Babe the pig. Yes.
Do you need a spider to go with it?
No, that's different. That's a different pig.
Charlotte.
That's Charlotte's Web. I'm talking about Pig the sheep herder.
There was a pig in Charlotte's Web.
That's what I'm saying. You got the wrong pig. They're not the same pig. You got a pig. You got a pig that talks to spiders, and then you got a pig that can talk to sheep. That's a completely different thing. Yeah.
Different skill set altogether.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
unless it's a multilingual pig.
We do have a couple of our first subjects that we're going to talk about on the podcast. We've got a couple things that we're putting together, but we just have some pieces that we got to come up with, and then we'll be ready to start.
Yep. I'm excited about it.
That should be fun.
Yep. How much tea you got left?
Half. I'm sipping slow. What kind did you get?
I don't know. It was whatever you put. That was a black tea, I guess, that you put. I just heated it up.
Oh.
You can use a tea bag twice.
Yeah, but you don't get any caffeine the second time.
I'm okay with that. Oh, yeah. Caffeine doesn't bother me.
A lot of people, in fact, who want decaf tea will put their tea bag in for 1 minute. 90% of the caffeine comes out in the first minute into the water.
Oh, you dump it out.
And then you dump that out. You put it in, fill it with new hot water.
Is that a wives' tale? Is that legit?
No, it's legit. Here in South Carolina is the only place that tea leaves are grown in America.
I know. I've been there a number of times.
The American tea plantation.
I like it.
It is cool. So I've learned little tidbits like this along the way. I learned
during that tour that they just run a machine that they designed specifically for this farm right over the top, and they take all the little baby nubbins right off the top, and you make all the light green teas.
No.
I'm getting there.
That's the best of the tea. That's like the oolong tea.
I'm getting there. But what I found out in addition to that was it's all the same tea leaf. It's just the amount how dry or how cooked you make it.
Correct. Yeah. Green tea, black tea, oolong tea.
It's all the same.
It's all the same plant.
That's neat.
Just depends on how you process it.
I didn't realize that before going there.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I really I like that place. It's pretty cool. And he did explain how they make decaf tea. They use some chemicals that are not good for humans. So he's the one that said, if you want some decaf tea, guys, just do a minute. Because if you buy decaffeinated tea, they throw it through all these harsh chemicals to get the caffeine out, and you don't want that stuff in your body.
They do the same thing with McDonald's French fry potatoes.
Get the caffeine out?
Not the caffeine. They just run it through all kinds of chemicals.
Yeah.
Because the strain of potato that they use is longer than normal. Because everybody likes those perfectly long golden French fries. But that specific potato has a tendency to get these brown stripes inside. It's fine to eat them. It's not a problem. But nobody likes to look at it. So they spray it with all these chemicals, and it's so harsh that they have to wear suits to spray it.
Ooh.
Then they have to spread after harvesting. They have to spread the potatoes out in a big enclosure and let it off gas for 3 or 4 days before you can even process it after that. I'm sorry, pass. I mean, if you have to off gas your food before somebody can eat it, well, I think I will avoid that altogether.
Yeah. Hey, listen, man. I'm pretty impressed by speaking of food, this diet you're on.
Oh yeah, that's a long conversation. We should probably do that one in one of the podcasts. Yeah. So
but basically, in a nutshell, you're essentially turning the entire food pyramid upside down.
That's right. I'm balancing it on its head.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, I eat only meat, eggs, butter, water, cheese, salt and pepper, and a glass of wine every now and again. I've completely cut out sugar.
And
tea and coffee. Yes, tea and coffee. But basically, if it grows, I don't eat it.
Without anything in it?
Nothing. Well, I'm used to that. I've never put stuff in my teas and coffees unless I got sweet tea back in the day, and then I've completely given up sugar. I haven't had a carbonated beverage, a soda. I've had some seltzer waters and stuff like that that's had carbonation, but I haven't had a Coca-Cola in almost 90 days. I haven't had a vegetable in almost 90 days. I've had a couple of pieces of bread because on our trips it's hard to get a sandwich. You have to,
it comes with the sandwich.
The convenience of being able to hold it. I'll get a burger with cheese, three patties, 2 pieces of cheese, 14 pieces of bacon, and I'll just deal with the bread. But
and a side of bacon on top of that.
They let me do it. I said, I don't want the French fries. Can you give me another side of bacon? And they were like, cool. But yes, 90 days I've eaten nothing but meat.
That's pretty amazing, man.
I lost some weight. I'm a little bit lighter than I want to be. I lost a ton of weight without even trying.
Well, but all you have to do is some push-ups, and you'll build that back
pretty
up.
much. And eat more beef. I just need to eat more beef and then do some workout. But I had a whole bunch of, not a whole bunch. Over my course of my life, I've had a number of
medical issues,
digestive issues, intestinal issues, and things like that. It's gone.
And I heard, like, I have psoriasis. I heard that
it can help the skin.
What do they call it? Carnivore diet.
Yeah, carnivore diet
can help that, but
all the autoimmune stuff.
My problem though is I get the health benefits, but I really struggle because I try to eat plant-based, and so I get the health benefits if it is the way turning it on your head kind of thing, that it really is actually better for you, but I have a hard time getting past the conditions that we're putting these animals through, and
so yours is an ethical issue more than it is a dietary issue.
Mine's three-pronged. It's ethical, environmental, planet. I'm a bit of a tree hugger, and then of course dietary. But
so if what you're saying is you have a leaning toward believing the dietary side, you only have 2 left.
Well,
and that would be environmental and ethical.
Correct. But I do have a leaning towards the health side, simply purely because of what I've seen in your transformation.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Is if we say that of your 3, one of them might not be so hardcore anymore, which is the dietary side, then you only have 2, which we would need to address the global issue and the ethical treatment of animals.
Maybe that would be something we can address in a podcast.
That's what I'm saying. Because I have, now I am a realist. I am a right-leaning, conservative type of individual. Gun-toting, do what you want. Leave me alone. Don't care who you marry. We'll get along just fine if you don't.
You can call yourself a realist. I'm just going to call you a you. You are a unique animal, my friend.
That's fair enough. But the way that I deal with the ethicalness, because I like animals. I've always had animals. There's something going on in there.
Mm-hmm. Everybody follow the brown dog on Instagram.
Oh yeah, damn brown dog on Instagram.
That's his dog.
But the issue is, to me, if we can work out the world, the environmental issues, right? Mm-hmm. People say that cows farting is causing global warming. I'm not sure I believe that, but let's just say that's true. Mm-hmm. So we can get rid of let's just not talk about the global part of it, the environmental part of it. Let's just talk about the ethical part of it. Mm-hmm. Do you know how many animals die in a field of lettuce?
A field of lettuce? What are you talking about?
Every time a farmer plows or harvests a field full of vegetables, they kill thousands of animals.
I get you.
Deer, fawns hiding in the corn, rats, rabbits, birds, quail, moles, all of these things. And so in my opinion, if a life is a life, I'd rather kill one and eat 400 times.
Okay. That's interesting. Yeah.
I exaggerate, but you get my point.
There's a lot to unpack, yeah.
Besides, it's just good for you.
Number one is a beetle's life is important as a...
Not necessarily, but how do you feel about deer?
Hey, listen, if I'd been, born on the other side of the planet, I could be a Buddhist. I like some of their teachings.
Oh yeah, I hear you. I don't know, but then there again, everybody's different.
You've seen me avoid a snake or a beetle because I'm like, it deserves to live.
Yes, you almost crashed because of a couple of turkeys in our path. Trying to go around a cow and trying to go around a turkey. I get it. No, I get it. I just think they taste too good to ignore that.
Yeah. Well, except you aren't big on chicken.
I like chicken. It just, on my current diet, it doesn't have enough fat. And fat is, because I don't eat carbohydrates anymore. No potatoes, no bread, no any of that. I have to get my energy from somewhere. So basically, I've turned my gasoline engine into a hydrogen engine, and I'm now getting my energy from saturated fat versus carbohydrate, which is, by the way, a cleaner and longer, more efficient burning fuel than carbs. You go up and then back down on carbs. On saturated fats, it's a long, low burn. You have energy longer. I wake up earlier, I go to bed later, and I'm not tired all the time.
Are we still talking about food, or are we talking about electric engines now?
Oh, well, electric engines, that's a totally different podcast.
Yeah, hydrogen, Yeah, cool, man. Well, what else are we doing today?
We got to do a kickstand video. Yep. And then if we have any energy
I'm excited about this alt-rider kickstand.
Why?
Partly because the Touareg, I don't know if you're familiar with this, but it's kind of a known issue with the Aprilia Touareg. Its kickstand has a pretty extreme lean angle. So I like doing my cowboy mounting and dismounting system, when I take off. Works really well. But if I'm not doing that, I'm actually like getting on it the way you normally do. I have to really heft the bike up, especially if it's fully loaded, because it's leaning so much.
Which is what I feel your pain, because my V-Strom leaned a lot and it was top heavy.
That's right.
And all of
your
that,
V-Strom did that. So with the new adjustable kickstand, I can pop it up another ½ inch, for example. And we're also going to be installing the lowering kit at some point from Alt-Rider. So when I install that, then I can lower it back again. It's neat. If I'm riding fully loaded, I can adjust it up or down to accommodate the extra sag. Yep. And when I'm not...
How difficult is it to make... Well, I guess you'll show me. But
it's an Allen wrench. And
okay.
Like, I think...
Because, we come to these places where we ride in a bunch of different terrains and, mountains and all this kind of stuff. And oftentimes, if you're a motorcycle rider, you have encountered this. You get to a place you want to park, and it's leaning to the right. And so when you put your kickstand down, it doesn't lean you far enough to keep it up. So I'm wondering if you find yourself encountering that parking kickstand thing more often, then you have to turn around.
It's not a quick release like you can.
That's what I'm asking.
Just-
Is it a knob you can twist it and it'll retract? a little button that pulls up the steps for like your RV.
That would be kind of neat, but I think the issue is the weight.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it has to be locked in.
I get you. Well, obviously that makes sense. I'm thinking.
But you and I are pretty famous for fiddling with other people's inventions and coming up with adaptations. So maybe,
I'm pretty famous of critiquing them. I don't know about fiddling them.
Well, like the little the way that I have the windscreen mounted on my Touareg so that I can put extra storage behind it with the little thumb screws. So maybe we'll come up with a thumb screw for the quick.
That just
for the
reminded
kickstand.
me. On my WRS windshield, I need to put those rubber grommets between the bolts. You have any rubber grommets here?
I can look.
Yeah. There's only 2 that I need. It's only on the side. The top ones I think are okay.
Okay.
But it's metal against plastic right now. I'm wondering about that.
Yeah, we should find you some.
Maybe one on the outside, one on the inside. I don't know. We'll see. Another project we can do on a podcast or on camera, I have a Pelican case that I want to invent a new way to attach it, because one of the things that really bugs me about every Pelican case quick release attachment system requires you to drill in, make a hole into this waterproof container, and it just doesn't sit well. So I think I'm going to come up with another idea.
That's what caulk's for.
Squeeze me?
Silicone.
What?
You lay a heavy bead of caulk.
Oh, caulk. There's an L in that word, Chris.
I can't believe you went there.
Speaking of chickens. All right, I think we should probably get on with the rest of our videos.
More sip.
I got a sip and a half, but
All
all right. Well, cheers.
Down the hatch.
See y'all. I hope you enjoyed this rambling session of Moto Photo pre-podcast conversation.
Come and do a theater near you. That was good. That was Kilimanjaro tea, by the way. Straight from Tanzania.
Oh yeah, Kilimanjaro, huh? Isn't there a song about that by Toto?
Yep. I bless the rains down in Africa.
It ain't geographically accurate.
That's all right.
I can't see the plane from